We are recording. Good morning, everyone. It's me, Robyn, again, the author of A Yoga Adventure Through Space. And today I have invited our lovely illustrator, Lynn, to join us and share some of the amazing artwork and the process that she's been doing in order to make the artwork a reality, as well as just some of the other concepts that we've wanted to include it in the book so that you guys will all love it. So Lynn, if you wanted to maybe start and talk about just your process and what drew you to the project. Awesome.
Well, what drew me to the project was Cynthia, actually, the person from Want Publishing that's going to be publishing the book. She's like, hey, I've got an illustrator because you were looking for one and you had been talking to a few. So normally when I have somebody that approaches me to do an illustration or a commission of some kind, I'm like, okay, well, let me do some concept art for you first and see if we're compatible, see if, you know, my style matches your vision. So I did up a couple just quick things, and this is one of them where, you know, she was talking about, Robyn, you were talking about, oh, it's going to be yoga and it's space and it's a really great thing, and just, I don't know what I want. I just want something amazing and the yoga poses. And I was like, okay. So when I got a little bit of the pages and I got some of the poses, I just threw some color on a piece of paper and just went with the ideas that came up. So we decided, well, I guess you decided that you absolutely loved it. So I was like, okay, I want to add a little bit more color than that. It's, you know, it's kind of, you know, the spacesuits when we first got them were just all silver and everything. And as we got to talking about, you know, one of the things that you really wanted to do was to make sure that it was an all-inclusive journey. Right?
Yeah.
So everybody's in, it doesn't matter your background. You know, it really doesn't matter. So when we started doing the art, you wanted to make sure that you had that diversity in there. So the very first, this isn't even the first page, this is the preview where, you know, you're grabbing all your stuff to get ready for the adventure. You know, so we have all walks of life and it's included. Now, when you were saying you want to make sure that everybody's included, I thought about the different things that we have to incorporate when we do yoga. So one of the things that we talk about a lot of the time is aligning the chakras. So each one of the kids in the book is in a different chakra color. And that was just kind of something that came to me. It wasn't something I really thought about precisely. You know, it was just kind of, it seemed to make a lot of sense to me. And you seem to really like it too.
I love it.
So as I kept going on, it's just like the colors and just the vibrancy of it started really coming out of the page, and it seemed to make a lot more sense. And we made some adjustments to the spacesuits and that, so that it was a little bit easier to recognize who was who and have a little bit more fun and color in it, you know.
Totally. Yes, the big thing, like Lynn had just said, was we wanted to make sure that any child that picks up the book is going to be able to relate to someone in the book, and is going to be able to, you know, maybe say like, oh, they can be an astronaut, I can be an astronaut too. And that's another big part of the yoga long videos that are going to be attached to the book as well. My hope is to do for a few different age groups, as well as have an adaptive sequence for children with additional needs and physical disabilities. So that's another addition that we're going to have kind of as to do and to practice along with the book. But yeah, having that diversity in there was really super important. And then obviously Lynn's incredible idea of including all of the chakra colors in the pajamas that they're wearing in the beginning, and having, you know, a patch of their color on their spacesuit was definitely something that I just loved. I was like, I don't know how I didn't like think of something like that. Lynn's just so amazing, and she just like took it right out and was like, here you go, here's everything you've ever wanted. So I'm so thankful to you for that, Lynn. I'd love if you could maybe show kind of a process from start to finish what the pages kind of look like from the beginning, and then to kind of more of a finished product. I know we're still working on it, so.
Yeah, I am in the process, still working on it, but I can show you. I've got a few. So this little guy here is one where I've actually drawn the poses. So I go in and I pencil everything first. So these guys are, their poses are all penciled in, and not all the details are added in at that time, right? I usually just pencil in where I need the characters to be. Then go about and tape them all off so that I can add color. So I do an acrylic ink wash, and so it looks like watercolor, but it's got more vibrant colors. It stands out a little bit more. And so this is these guys all taped off and ready for some color. And I do that so that you can get masking fluid, but masking fluid costs a lot more than masking tape, and it does the same thing. So on such a large area, I tend to use a little bit more masking tape just to kind of keep the cost down a little, you know? Who wants to spend 500 masking fluid?
Yeah.
Bucks on tape. And so when I do that, I add the color and the background into it, and this is where you get the fun starry sky, right? So all of these characters, once they get the tape peeled off, will still be white, so that I can add the color that I need to without it being muddied by any of the background. Right. And that's a lot easier process than trying to paint everything and get the background in. Okay.
Yeah, totally. Totally. That's amazing.
And then once I go through there,
yeah.
And then I have to make sure that I have room for when you want to put text in as well, right? Because it's an illustration for a book, you have to make sure, okay, there's going to be text here, there's going to be text here, or whatever. So you don't want a bunch of stuff in there to take away from the readability of the book.
Right.
Wow.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I am so excited that you were able to be here today and share some of your beautiful artwork, because I know for me, when I am walking down the aisles of the bookstore, that's one of the big callers for me. It's like, where's the most beautiful artwork? What draws the eye first? And I think your artwork just speaks for itself. It's so, so incredible. We had done quite a few focus groups kind of leading up to launching everything, and all of the feedback about the artwork was like, oh my God, it's so beautiful, the illustrator is so amazing. And I completely agree. So I'm so grateful for you. I'm so thankful that you could be here today, and I'm so excited for everyone to get this book and be able to have it in their home and be able to share it with their little ones. It's going to be so amazing. Kind of on a finishing note, if you haven't had a chance to check out our Kickstarter, we are in the process of funding this amazing project to get this artwork and this book in real form and ready to be printed. So if you haven't had a chance to check out our Kickstarter campaign, the link is in the description. If you don't have the funds and you can't donate today, just if you could share it. Sharing means so much to us, because it makes the book go further and gets the word out there. And yeah, so if you could donate or share it, either one is going to be super, super appreciated. We're so thankful. We're sitting at just over $1,000 this morning after our first day. And I'm overflowing with gratitude.
Awesome.
Of this momentum, we're going to make it. In the next 28 days, we're going to have just what we need in order to make this book a reality. October, yay! Awesome. Well, thank you so much again, Lynn. Is there any other notes that you wanted to mention before we say goodbye?
No, I think I got everything, but I do like the little character that we created for the speech bubbles to make it a little bit more interactive as well. So
Totally.
not only are you just reading the book, Well, I don't want to show it because I want him to be a surprise. But but I love the fact that it is such an interactive book, and I appreciate that.
Yes, yes, I totally forgot about that. That's one of the elements that we just added. It was an addition that was something that was thought up in one of our focus groups, our little think tanks, was piquing the curiosity of the little ones and sharing something just a little bit extra that would kind of get them thinking and exploring further than just the book. And so, yes, he's going to remain a surprise, but we're really, really excited about it. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, Lynn, well, have a great rest of your day. Thanks for joining us. And don't forget to check out our Kickstarter, everyone. We'll chat soon. Bye.
Bye.